All right. I didn't even notice that the stream has ended like 45 minutes ago on all major platforms except Instagram. So, welcome back. I was only monitoring Instagram, but now, lesson learned, I'm going to be monitoring X instead, or some of the platforms at least. Let's do this. Cool. Now, using skill, I wrote the detail outline here. Events. Let's see. Event life compass. Event. Activity view. Event view. That sounds reasonable. See, we have create event view, but then we have activity view, and then we have activity card view. Event card view, event view model, shared event model. Why shared? Model, activity model. Why shared? Model, activity model. And then create event view, stays named, but moves under activity view. Event view, create event view with folder rename. Okay, type renames. That sounds good. Load activities, create event. UI strings and labels. Events. Label activity, label events. Oh, but that's activity and not event. Activities. But sure. And then we say all of that good stuff. Asset names and resource IDs. There is an asset folder if it's referenced anywhere. Rename to, okay, check for persistent raw value strings, add event API layer mirrors user API. Okay, so here is the most important part. Event API. Okay, don't shy away showcasing concrete implementation examples as code blocks in the markdown file, especially regarding the API, the event API. That I want to see code blocks here. I only see inline code names and files and properties. This is going to be the interesting part. So get and post, and then that should be, yep, and then we would have an authenticated get and an authenticated post. Event API shape, make fetch events request, make create event request. That makes sense. We could call it event list, right? Not just events. More verbose. So then we're fetching. See, we got the event API. Make, and here we're making the fetch request. Make fetch events request. Make fetch events. Make auth get. That one gets the endpoint. The endpoint is events, but isn't it missing the endpoint? Let me see here. That's the endpoint. Event controller. For context, here's the Vapor backend event API, event API controller definition. Because based on that, it should change this, because that's not enough. Events, actually, never mind, it is enough, but it has, maybe we'll implement a fetch event request, make fetch event request, and then append the UUID strings. I prefer to say event list for type file property names instead of events. Yes, more verbose, but also more obvious. Giving you one example, make events request and make fetch events request and make fetch event request look crazy similar, with only one character being different, whereas with make fetch event list request, the visual difference is way more immediate. Be consistent with the new naming across other occurrences of events versus event list, like the view Swift UI view. Okay. Let's see what it does. Let's see if it's going to create event request, fetch event list response. I hope it's gonna do that, maybe, and then event list. Down here, this should be event list. There we go, it already did this. And now fetch event list, make event list request. Cool. Updated to use event list consistently for type file property method names, including API methods like make fetch event list request. Cool, that sounds good. Now we can say, okay, please go implement it unless you have open questions first, then ask them before coding. Let's make sure it doesn't have any gaps and no assumptions. I have a few blocking questions before I code, so we don't bake in the wrong API shapes or break persisted values. What are the exact JSON shapes for get events response? Array versus wrapped. Okay, post events response, created event versus wrapper. What are the event fields and key names coming from the backend? For example, ID, is category a string, raw value, or an enum case name? And do you have a canonical list that must match? Yeah, we do. We do. Activity or event category. That's the answer. Let's start from the beginning. Number one, what are the exact JSON shapes for events? And okay, so then that means event model. We're in the backend. Whoops. Event model. Activity model, I suppose then. Right. First, did it remain? It didn't rename it. First, go and rename everything activity to event in the actual code base. Then update events MD file if needed, and only then ask those questions again. Do the renaming. I don't want to confuse it. If I were to say, oh, activity model is the model that we use, and then it might say, but there's no, I don't know, there's only event model. Which one do we mean? Or should we keep activity model? Things like that. Okay. This one, event, view model, and then event model. Shared event model. And then it's still called activity model, but it's also still thinking. I think it's working on it right now. Wait, is it done? No, thinking down there. Okay. Never mind me. How are we doing? Let me check actually on X. Looks good. YouTube. What would you do? Let's check. Well, this is refactoring still. We're doing good here. Cool. Why didn't it work earlier about, I don't know. Poor connection for some reason. Now, still refactoring. How many events can a user create? I guess we won't set any limits for now because the app should work first. But then we need like attendees. We need attendees. We need to expand it to attendees. We can do that. Where you can R as a VP. Using skill, renames are done across the code base. Awesome. Did you update this? I still see activity here. Stays named. I see. Okay, that's good. Let's rerun and see if it still compiles. But we shouldn't have any issues. So now it's called events. Cool. Events, that makes more sense. And then create event. More consistent. I like that. Okay. For now, let me just vanlife compass renamed activity occurrences to event for consistency. Let's do that. It's pushed. And going from here, number one, what are the exact JSON shapes? Okay, number one, this. This is to be assumed the exact JSON shape. For number one, this should, yeah. So you know the list is the single one, and for creation, what you need. For the backend, we have the event creation. Okay, so we have As for backend request response structs definition, I will copy them here. Let me remove that one, and event response. But then how do we respond as a list? Let's just say and, that's the detail one, right? Let's also have a event list response. And then we just say, I'm not sure why we need this. I'll base an event model. Static from event response, event list response. Right, we can say event list is event response, and then that it's just setting it, yeah. We're going to introduce that method here. Cannot be used on event response. Static. Oh, that's right. You want to do this. But why would this one not have by default? Something like this. Missing comma separation. All right, this works. So we have response, we have the list response we want to introduce here. Now working there, now we can do this and say event list response. Event response from event, although I want this one to be called event model. It's more clear. And then we can say from, mapping from, and say event list response and passing it in like that. Event model list mapped, and then event response finding the first one. Good. Create event model. Nice. Codex is still working. Backend is ready. Frontend is going to be. We will need why don't I see? We don't see the event API yet. No event API just yet. Sorry. There we go. Event API. Could I find event create request? It's going to work on that next. It needed that. Event list response, all the same with the backend except for codable in the front end. Events Make fetch event list request, just that. Make create event list request, just that. Okay, and then we do this, and then event list view has the model that's a state, so it's actually owned by this view. Should we have... Why the stream keeps going off? Sorry, AJ. Is it on still? I don't know what's happening. The streaming, for some reason, just disconnected, and I wasn't aware of it for 45 minutes because I only had Instagram open, and Instagram was the only one that didn't turn off. But Twitch and YouTube and X all got... Yeah, it's on now. I have now X open just to make sure it's still working. But previously I was not monitoring the stream. Right. Thank you, AJ, for confirming though by just being active in chat. I'm thinking right now if it makes sense to have activities anywhere else or events. Feels like a drag. I have a lot of plans once after either I get a client project switch, jobs, or finish DSA. What do you mean you have a lot of plans? What are your plans? Like traveling? So this one will have the API. Should have a service, right? Event should have a service. Doesn't have a service. Since when are we making API requests here? Huh? Since when? Did you check you made all necessary imports based on the types used?
My Mac is not charging.
Your Mac is not charging? Is it plugged in all the way? I'll check. I bought new extension cords and it has a USB-C plug, but that one doesn't provide as much power, and I think right now for some reason it doesn't provide enough power to... Hey Seno, hello, nice to see some iOS dev. Hey, yes, nice to see you too. I was just talking about that the cable plug into the outlet directly, or extension cord, does not charge the MacBook of my girlfriend, so she needs probably the actual like plug. Sen Zero or Zane, what's up? How's it going? Are you in Europe or the USA? You're visible, just so you know. I don't mind, but just so you know, I think the extension cord doesn't give as much power as the block. Do you have it still?
It's charging now.
Oh really?
Did you touch anything?
Yeah, I tried to fiddle around. It just started charging now?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe just a fluke. I turned it off and on
I
plugged
did.
it out and in again.
I did this.
Okay, maybe just needed my magic finger touch. I'm from France. Welcome. So you are an iOS dev as well. Are you self-employed or are you working at a company? And also, are you using Codex? Good call. I rechecked imports and added the missing one. Yeah, exactly. Not here, but here. So creating the request. Okay, I guess so, because event model, create create event. Who's doing that? Create event view, create event button, create event, and then this guy is creating. See, is passing in all the information that this view has captured in state. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? This is create event view. Why do we have event list view model in here? Oh, see, because it makes the API call. How about it's not called event list view model, but just event view model? Thoughts on calling the, or on renaming to event view model? Missed my chat. AJ, okay, let me catch up in a second. Just dev Android app for fun. Just developing Android app for fun, but I want to learn iOS now, and for AI model I use Claude Code. How was your experience with Claude Code so far? Because I have heard, especially now with the latest release, but also before, huge debate, not really debate, but a huge sentiment around Codex, including me. I'm biased. I have a very good experience with Codex. That Codex is way better for iOS or Swift development if you want to use one or both. Claude Code is better than anything else. Okay, you know what? If you feel so, I don't really mind. As long as you use AI, you good. That's my opinion. You can even use open code or whatnot. But I use Claude heavily, and I use Codex heavily. And for some reason, I cannot explain, I feel better with Codex. Maybe it just feels like it does a better job, a cleaner job, is more truthful. AJ, I mean, I want to start indie hacking or maybe explore low-level system programming and C. AJ, low-level system programming and C. That's it's super interesting, but maybe hard to monetize. But indie hacking, by plans, I mean, I want to start indie hacking. Yeah, but indie hacking, you should totally do that. I mean, I'm sure we talked about it in the past too. That's what I'm doing right now. I even have a new idea that I just came up with today that I want to implement just really quick over the weekend and see if it can generate any kind of income. Diverse. I don't develop in iOS, so maybe Codex is better in Swift. See? Good point. Good point. But you have good experience in Android then with Claude. Seems like. What's your feeling about using Claude for AI? Do you feel like, because that's how I feel like, I need more time to just like implement one idea after another, because it goes so fast now. You can do so much so fast. Do you feel the same? AJ, I mean, I want to do indie hacking once I get stable by getting a project, in the current job, or getting a new job. Okay, got you. Okay, makes sense. You should be doing that. So it's just basically on the side. If it works out, it works out. If not, it's just a hobby. And if that's the case, you could also do low-level C programming, because if it's just a hobby, there's no risk. Let's see if. So just do it, AJ, and don't waste your time on Twitch, right? AJ, or Sen, hear me out. Have Twitch open on the side as someone is coding, get motivated by it, and have something and for yourself going as well. Like you code and you listen to someone else to code, and we pair program basically. I work on my project, you work on your project, side by side. How about that? But I generally agree with you, Sen. If push to shove comes, then if it comes to push to shove, dude, it's 12 a.m. Then yes, you should be just doing your stuff. Let's see if we can create an event now. Are we logged in? We're not logged in, so it shouldn't work. Let's create in the hacking. I want to become Bronx. Yeah, I want to become Bronx. Let's do that. What 3 words is Digimon is cool. Contact Thai at agumon.com. Create event. Value was not of type string at path category. Expected to decode string but found a dictionary instead. Yeah, what's up with that? Method post API events was not of type string. What's our... Honestly, let me just do this. Tried to create an event, got these logs. Whoops, logs. Yeah, but I can be productive on 2 things at a time. Like I'm learning React Native, as my company have said it, and also DSA. That's 2. But then there's Twitch. That's 3. Hey, we didn't rename that. I thought he said it's a good idea. Oh, what's the thoughts? Given your earlier preference for event list. To make list related intent obvious, I'd keep event list and view model to match event list view and event list. It makes it clear this view model is list focused. But is it list focused? Is it list focused? If it's list focused, why do we have this in here? To create an event. See, it's not just list focused. Alright, anyway, let's give him the logs. Actually, let's clean out. Let's do a clean log. Watching Twitch is productive. You know, sometimes things feel productive. I want you here, AJ, right? I don't want you to go, but also I want the best for you, and so does Seno. Let's see. Let's create indie hacker. I want to become a digidestined. Don't correct me on that one. Digimon is cool. Thai at agumon.com. Great. Now, key not found at title. No value associated with key title. No values associated. Why do we get so many warning things? I don't like this. What is that? So much haptic stuff. Okay. And then backend says and backend logs say that value was not of type string. Let's see, event list, event, create event view, no, API, event, I'll join after lunch. You'll join in terms of, C was not of type string here. Yes, your error is because event category was encoding as a dictionary with codable synthesis. The backend expects a string, so decoding fails. Fix applied made. I don't want you to fix it. Try creating an event again. If you wait, what did you do? Let's try again. I don't know what it did. I don't mind it being a category. I can just update the backend to have the same. Let's do it quick. Is anything of that required? We don't know. Email.com. Value was not of type string at path date, expected to decode string but found number instead. And then backend, value was not of type string at path date, create. Why would date be? Huh. Let's try again. Let's clear content logs as well here. Build. Now I am getting logs and front end and back end. This. Switching JSON encoding to globally. Right, try to create call again. If you still see the code error, paste the new logs and I'll just. Alright, yeah, that could be it. Where is that? Decoder. Date decoding standards used across frontend and backend. Yeah, that's something I had here before. See how old that is? 10 days old. But here, he's doing it. Ah, is that a new one? Show change. It was just encoding it directly. Okay, maybe that was the problem. One, two, three, 1@gmail.com. Clear. Create event. Unauthorized. That's the error we wanted to see. That's the correct one because we're not logged in. Now, let's go here. Let's go through onboarding because that one also registers and logs us in. Let's do an invite code that works. That's my invite code, so you will see Martin. Let's do Ty at digimon.com. Password is Agumon. Continue. I like to have friends and events. Continue. And now let's create. Could not. Why? Password is less than minimum of 8. Oi. Of course. Let's do, we have to do that in the front end to have the continue button be disabled until you're inputting the right data, which is at least 8 character long passwords. I personally don't like any other restrictions other than length restriction for passwords or length minimum requirement. Everything else I think should be up to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Name Ty@digimon.com. And then Agumon is 6, 23. Continue. Friends and events. Continue. Now let's see the magic happen. Let's go. There we go. Look at this. So it finished onboarding. It used all of this data that it collected: invite code, name, email, the categories, and then a password. Then post request, create a user. User got registered, got an ID, great, stored in a database, and then we do a login because we still have email and password. And then we can say user is logged in, and now we can get the profile, and that's what we're doing here. Look, we're getting the profile. So now we should be able to go to events. We can fetch events, sure, but we should be saying Digimon gathering. Let's grab food and hang out with our Digimons. Or Digimon. Hang out with our file island 1. And then let's say tydigimon.com. Let's see if that works. I didn't select a category, right? Let's just select outdoor adventures. Why is this one? We can also do barbecue. I don't like how it's floating. Create, and it worked. And that's backend data. Digimon gathering, file island 1. So that's working now. We can create events. We can take this as a starting point. One sec, why is this stuff up here? What happened? Okay, that's better. And now I can also do a screen recording for Eamon. What's the next event that we want to create? It's a not barbecue event, maybe bouldering. Okay, let's do record. Hey, I want to see. Welcome back, Ty. Bouldering. So we can do outdoor adventures. Let's go climbing. Cool waterfall tree. Martin at climber.com. Great. And there we go. Events. Renamed. Okay. So you can now create fetch, and I'm just writing a message right now. Fetch and create events from the app, but only if you're logged in. Let's do this. Project van life compass backend. Let's check out. What do we have here? We can remove events MD. And then introduced event model. Introduced event endpoints. Let's see here. We can also remove events from here. You can introduce event API. Event tab is now fetching event list from backend. Create event view is now creating event. Okay, you can do that now. What else do we want to add right now? Because we need to do something about this matching. We also got builders still, but also for events, there's not really a detail view. So let's check that one out. Cool, resolved. Right, now I'm also paying for the database. Now let's see. Let's do scan entire code base for context. Then check if an event detail view exists when tapping on an event card in event list view. If not, implement one. That's it. Just do that. Let's see what Codex comes up with. Let's see. I wonder I could actually use that one on that side and leave this one here. That one is the front end. Event view. Here we don't have a detail view yet. The matching. For matching, you would want to fetch all users of a specific category. So we have categories would be basically checkboxes. You can have multiple enabled. So the filter here there should be a filter. This one doesn't do much right now. Okay. Added an event detail view. Great, thank you. Let's see how that one looks like. Let's check it out. Let's grab food and hang out. That looks good. And now, what about what three word iOS integration? iOS 3 dedicated app requiring iOS 15 plus iOS map component. Let's use one of our components. We have several components. The what three word iOS map component provides a straightforward way to add what three words grid on top of, okay, or a full-featured map view controller. Cool. So does it have also a Swift UI? This would be use auto suggest. If you want to add the auto suggest component to the search box on top, you need to update your video load function to both have the okay. Let's see, I wonder if we can just show the map here. Bam. So, okay, based on the what three words documentation here, found on this website, I would like to show a small map in the detail view that shows the location of the what do we have? What three word of the property value using the okay. Help me outline the approach in a MD file of the following. Bam. That's a lot of documentation I just fed into Codex. Let's see. I want it to create an MD file before it just goes haywire on the code base, but at the same time we're pushed, committed and pushed, so it should be fine. Digimon Gathering. I would like to see like attendees. So you could have Tuesday, February 10th, 12:25 a.m. That's like the creation date. Right. We can update that. We can fix that. Then maybe location. I mean, contact could be up here. I don't know if we need, I mean, contact, yeah, contact is fine. And then we want to show who created it, I would say. Could this be? I wonder if this could be a van. iOS app, no, tab icon van. Van style icons designed for iOS tab bars are available in various styles. Van icon, iOS style icons. Yeah, I want to see. Blue. Van. Just a cool van like this. Can't have it. Okay. Using Swift UI coding guideline, updated what 3-word MD with an outline tailored to a small map in event detail based on the official tutorial and the GitHub repo. Alright. Let's check it out. Well, high level component, helper, dependency, Swift package manager, dependency. How many dependencies do we have? Just one so far. To update the marker and display the selected 3-word address. Search box, optional enhancements, error and plan limit consideration. Free plans can return quota exceeded. Oh, we need let's see. Quota towards your account quota. Let's check out the API plans usage. Free, auto suggest. Do we need 5 requests per second limit? That's fine. $1,000 convert to coordinates requests per month. This feature helps to reduce and correct user input errors by displaying intelligent suggestions limited to 5 auto-suggest. Okay, let's just see if that works. Can you go and implement the small map view in the event detail view now? Make it most minimum, make the integration and usage as minimal as possible. Perhaps create a what 3 words folder to locate, to place all your files inside. Let's see. Then we might have that in place. We should have the create event view image. system category, system label, button, menu. Right, that was for the create stuff. Here, category display name, label, see, menu has the label, that, and then we are can we selected category? Yeah. Oh, barbecue. We can by default. Is that how we want to change it? How should that look like? This menu? Yeah, that's the menu. Here we have a Z-stack like this. Resizable, scale to fit, frame max width. Not really. Let's do maybe that was on purpose that it's so big. But I would say max height is 100. Just so we stay consistent here. Unable to find module. Sure. I might have forgotten. Let's see. If you added it as a dependency, what? You didn't. Did you do it? Did you add the dependency to the project? Follow. No, I only added the wrapper and wiring. The switch component switch package hasn't been added to the project. If you want, of course, do that. Using code from a library that's not integrated makes no sense. Okay, not needing to do that. What was it that I was busy at looking? It was the new onboarding? No, it was event detail. Oh yeah, I was rerunning it for the maximum height. 5 UIDs represent the package references. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You can do that. At least we have a detail page now you can tap on. Hey. We're not authenticated. Why not? What happened? This plus icon. Okay, what do we have? Let's try again. Oh, that's backend. Whoops. Try again here. In product. Locations, derived data. Let's delete everything. Packages update. Packages update. Let's update the latest. I wonder if it's going to, because I don't see it happening. There we go. Now it's happening. Missing revenue card UI? Why? Update. Why is it not updating then? What is it doing? Let's just restart and see. Now I'm seeing, and it doesn't seem to fetch the packages. Yeah, okay, maybe I did some errors. You can try to regenerate the resolved file, but actually by deleting the cache or derived data, I think that should have been gone too with it. Now it's doing stuff, okay. So maybe it was broken somewhere. Let's see if we can build now. Events, home. I see version 4. That's why it was deprecated. That would have taken too long with Codex. Well, we have to log in again. Oh, but backend is not running. Oh, but which one are we on? Live or local? Local. Open recent backend. Let's run that. Otherwise, this is not gonna. Something went wrong. Please try again a little later. Okay, I'll try again a little later. And a little later is when this compiles. Are you okay? Bukachi. Okay, now it should work. We just finished peeling this mandarin. Here you go.
Thank you.
You are welcome. What is it? Don't look at it. If it's yuck, don't look at it. You want me to see it? No, thank you. It's recommended to you.
Yuck. Oh. So yuck.
Continue. Friends, events. Continue. Let's go. Unknown. Email is not a valid email address. Yeah, and then we have to just restart from, because what did we do there? I thought we did. Oh, we're logged in. Would you look at that? How did that happen? How did that happen? Cool. Then we go here. Oh, look at this. We see some kind of map. Okay, now let me see if we can actually pull up a real what 3-word location. For example, filled count soap, and then we're going to say van live dev events, and then here do that. Let's see if we can find that. Okay, cool. It compiles and I see a map. However, I do not see the map zoomed into the location. That is the what 3 words property value. Neither do I see a marker. Oh, what do you think? This looks cool. We have at least something. I feel like it should be at the bottom, but let's try to get it to work first. I don't want zoom control, I want it zoomed in. You're switching from V3 to V4 and will include coordinator language and zoom parameters in the patch accordingly. Do that, do as you please. Okay. The map view set language. What's the language? And who's setting that? Coordinator is setting the language, which is, if we are instantiating it, we say language en. Okay, preview, we don't need that. Interesting. What is that? It's code, protocol, extension, get language from, string prefix en, the from region, get language name for locale, get device language, direction. Yeah, maybe just get device language, I would say. This could be get Oh, it needs to be an instance. Okay. Now getting in coordinator line 67 7. What you say? Hey, till when are you streaming? Oh, just a few more minutes, I think, AJ. It's 1 a.m. I'm gonna try to catch some sleep. But I do want to see if I can figure that one out. I would like to see if I can figure this one out. Failed to locate resource name default CSV. Okay, let's do when opening detail view IC logs. But the map is still not showing any markers. Interesting. Okay. Let's see if that works. Schedule a marker. We don't mind. Let's do this one. Oh no. Let's do this one. No logs. Also, map just shows Earth in a generic manner. No marker, no zoomed in location. Okay, so just wanted a slight suggestion. Is it wise to pick indie hacking when during office time I'm learning React Native and doing these quietly before leaving office? Will it be like a burnout? Just wanted your views. Oh yeah, I mean, what are your priorities really, AJ? Because you can burn out easily by feeling like, oh, I should be doing this. I need to spend my time on indie hacking every free minute you have, and then you feel like, oh, but I also want to learn DSA, otherwise how am I going to apply for jobs? So I need to spend time there, and it's a lot of time, and then you feel torn, and then you have responsibilities at your job which are non-negotiable. It's a lot. I would say indie hacking, like, what are your priorities? Do you want a new job? Is that number one priority? Then that should just be the focus. Are you comfortable with your job? Then you can do indie hacking on the side. Getting a project or a new job is the first priority. Okay, then indie hacking just has to come last or not at all for now. I would say don't waste your time and spend all your time to reach your first priority as fast as you can, which would be my recommendation. I feel like you could still, for fun, if you do React Native for work, right? I feel like you could still, for fun, maybe because you're learning DSA, right? Are you really gonna learn DSA for 2 hours or 3 hours? After some time, you're gonna be exhausted, and then maybe you feel like relaxed if you can spend half an hour or an hour on your side project, just for relaxing purposes. I think then you might find time for that. Otherwise just focus on your stuff and relax. If you relax in other ways, because I relax with side projects, Other people relax with hiking or watching movies, then do that instead. So you are refreshed for your actual priorities, which is work and DSA.
And hanging out with your baby.
Hmm?
And hanging out with your baby.
Hanging out with your baby, yes. Events. Still nothing there. Ah, see that? Getting missing API key. So that's the actual issue. I play RD2 for relaxing. RD R2. Oh, Red Dead Redemption 2. I never played it, but I see a lot of cool videos about it, like how much fun it could be. What 3 words API key? I need the API key. Set it in. Okay, get started with the API. Get an API key. Yes, I want the button. I want it right there. Pay monthly for free. Free API key. Let's do. Van Life Compass. She to manga. Okay, let's see. CH waste. Trying to log in and use Van Life Compass. It's required, but I can't fill it out. Fun. Hey, you. United States of America. Last time required. Yeah, look at this. Okay, luckily we are developers. We can just do things. Read only? Well, I don't think so, because you are requiring that app. There you go. Cool. I'm doing DSA just an hour daily. It ain't much, but it's honest work, if you remember that. Of course I do. Of course I do. The farmer, it ain't much, but it's honest work. All right, sounds good. Sounds good enough. Consistency. Submit. Get the API key now, but please not on screen. Developer. Get API key. Project name. Van Life Compass. Please tell us a bit. Sure. We can do that on screen a little bit. Van Life Compass. Bam. Add API key restrictions. No. Generate. Successful. That's it. That's the API key. Okay. Let me see here. Assume this is the API key. Where was it? Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Did 1, 2, 3? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Digimons. And update the project accordingly. We'll catch up with you on next stream. Gotta go. Okay, AJ, hey, thanks for hanging out. See you next time and have fun. Catch you later. What words configuration? Okay, I like that. What words? What 3 words configuration? There we go. Now, this is located where? In what 3 words? Let's place the actual API key there. There we go. Let's see how that works. And then events, and then Codex or API plan does not have access to this feature. Please change your plan. Start building plans. What's the plan? Basic. 1,000 per month. Convert to what 3 words address? Auto suggest. Convert a set of coordinates to its corresponding what 3 words addresses. Unlimited conversions. Map grid. Add the what 3 words grid to your map as an overlay. Convert to coordinates. Convert any what 3 words address to its corresponding coordinates. See plan details for conversion limits. I see. If we select that one, what 3 words? I wonder if we can just have a picker for the map. Let's do this. Write outline. No, wait. Create a game plan that outlines in great let's do it here. Let's in great detail how to replace what 3 words with a native iOS map, where on event creation you can input an address or where in event creation you can input an address which is auto-completed via Apple Maps, and then we store the coordinates as a string concatenated instead of the what 3 words string property on event model. Again, it must be a markdown file outlining this game plan. Do not fiddle with the code base. Planning this great replacement. Let's see. Let's also find out if we can get free some free stuff there from Apple Maps. Just showing Apple Maps looks cool. Could also just be already something. Okay, where is it? There it is. Store Codex as a string in the event model and API payloads. Exact, no custom geocoding provider beyond Apple Maps. Keep the field name what 3 words temporarily, but change its meaning to yes. Choose a single canonical format. Yeah, coordinate string format. Sounds good. Event detail. Replace the word 3 words map component with a native. And then what about the... I don't see how it describes event create view and how we pick a location with the help of Apple Maps there. Autocomplete. Use local search completer for suggestions. Present suggestions in a drop-down under the text field. On suggestion tab, use MK local search with the suggestions. Okay, to obtain the MK map item. Store coordinate. Okay, cool. Address query. Create event. Yeah. Suggested state shape. Is searching. Create event view. Okay, go implement that game plan now. Just do it. Let's see what it comes up with. Let's see how good Codex is. Just replace the entire thing. I will remove the what 3 words dependency and add mapkit autocomplete instead, starting by inspecting create event view to identify where. That's what we want. I will remove, do it. Let's see the code base change. I am planning to replace what 3 words state with address query, removing what 3 words integration, deleting files using patch application. So this, removing package references from project file. Alrighty, it's removed. Let's see the magic happening. I wanted to have a game plan for profile picture upload. The current onboarding flow doesn't give much flexibility because it's kind of standardized every view. But if we just define every view separately, it will give us more flexibility to ask to upload a profile picture there alongside, you know, giving you email and password. Because how does the app look like right now? Here, quite empty. Yet. Why is this one brighter and this one darker? You see how dark that one is and that one is brighter? It's different thickness. Maybe that's ultra thin and that's just thin material. Home card, user card view, background, ultra thin, and that black opacity, shadow. Okay, that compare to, whoops, event list view. This will have create event view, no. Have event list view, this one. Navigation link, the label is an event card view, which we don't need the we don't need that. Ultra thin material, it just has that, and then clip shape. iOS 26. Why would it, for example, oh, that's why it's not a glass effect. This one is glass effect, that one is not. Oh, that explains it. You can see the border too. Well, that's inconsistent, is it? That's not a glass effect. Okay. So we should probably do this. And then, not sure if this is needed. Event card view. Are you done? Now we coincidentally are running as well. Okay, that looks now better because now that looks like glass. Going here, location not available. That is fine because the coordinates are not correct, but we can fix the detail view. Do we need the shadow as well? It has some shadow, it gives some depth. Here, not really. Let me see how it looks like without shadow. Without a drop shadow on dashboard. Which one looks better? Let's see. Let's take this and this. We can compare. No width. Ever so slightly. I think I almost want to say without. With lets it seem like it's floating, but then you have, I feel like it's easier to be consistent if it doesn't. Okay, we do without. Because otherwise you have to decide which elements are floating, which are not. Match card view, shadow. That is fine. Not sure why that was needed, but the background here. Does it have another one here somewhere? No, that's it. Okay, then that means event list. Event list right now already looks good, but event detail view doesn't have the proper background. Oh boy. App background, but the Z stack, not Z stack, V stack, virtual, also no. H stack, that one, that guy, the scroll view. Wait, what is this? Oh, it's the are we in event detail view? Event title, chevron left. There's a custom implementation. Interesting. This. We're replacing everything that has a background with the new background. And that. And now we can investigate. Map marker was deprecated in iOS 17. Use marker along with map initializer that makes a map content builder instead. I am getting in event detail view line 84, 85. Let's rerun and see how the map looks like. Not the map, but the cards in terms of glass effect. Nice, okay, they're all glass effect now. Location not found, but if we create a new one, change categories. Oh yeah, the height is now fixed. We could say Leavenworth. Yeah, like right there. Cool. Christmas market. Let's do, okay. Want to hit up that German town. Can we change it? Let's do PM. Mail, don't mail me. Okay, Santa Claus.com. Cannot create event. Okay, the validation. Event request, validation. No need for this. Let's do it again without this validation. That's just backend. Should be able to just fire. There we go. Christmas market. There we go. Cool. How cool is that? Let's just use Apple Maps for now. Amen. I hope you're fine with that because it works. And then we can just move it. Let's do the, okay, 4. Cool, it all works great. Can we refactor the each element of the event detail view into own little computed properties at least? Let's do that. Clean up the body. It's too big. Too much going on. And then I can reorder better. I'm gonna clear the database and I'm gonna make another recording. Did I send this earlier? Oh, of course you created one gathering event. Oh yeah. Climbing. All right, I got him this one, but I got a new one too. Cannot convert value of dismiss action to expected argument time. Void dismiss action. Event. We can do event in detail. Event detail, and then move everything in there. At least. On back. And then on dismiss. On back, we're not even doing anything on back, are we? I'm getting in event detail view online 42. You should know better. Oh yeah, of course, it could just be a closure. Like this. Let's run and see. And then function is unused. Yeah, we don't need any of this. And then we got detail view. And here we're saying, see, much smaller body, much better. Cool, let's clear the database and show him what we got. Why is this so far down? For let's see here. Navigation link. Summary card. Info card. Map selection. Summary card has that header view. Why is it now so? Why are we manually implementing the back button? Why are we doing that? We're manually rendering it because event detail view hides the navigation bar. Back button hidden true and uses a custom header to match the design. If you prefer the system back button, we can remove the custom header. System back is better. I don't know who told you to do something else, but that's the preference. Okay, I also don't want to be able to move them. Let's see. Exactly, inline, that's great. Exactly what we want. And then event title. Perfect. Yeah, looks good. Why not? Okay, remove the what 3 words. Remove map replacement. Yeah, you did it. You did it. Let's do the backend. Event create request. Coordinates. What 3 words? I updated the backend event create request to now it says instead of what 3 words. Let's see what it does, and if it goes in here event create request and updates that one. It should be coordinates. Great. Now we can test it again, but we can also first clear the events a little bit here. Let's remove the events. Delete row. Okay. See if we can still build everything fine. Sources. Only made reasonable changes. Replaced what 3 words with coordinates. Release. Do that. Okay, events now. Okay, watch this. I hope you forgive me that I replaced what 3 words in favor of Christmas market. Let's hit up that German town in Washington, and then when you search address you can say Leavenworth. It searches up the address. You can say app.com, and then create event. Never mind. The backend is not rebuilt. It probably did not. No such keyword to add path. Coordinates. Event model. Coordinates. Let's get rid of the migration too and remigrate. Response is the same there. Database. Database is here, and I wanted to drop this table and forget about migrating it here, so we can migrate it. Did it right? Was it migrating it again? I think we didn't rerun it. Or did we? Refresh. Now it says coordinates. Okay, great. Now it says coordinates. Now I want to say okay, Eman, check this out. I hope you forgive me that I replaced the what 3 words. I want to hit up that German town in Washington in favor of actual data coordinate lookup. So this is all local. Leavenworth is all Apple Maps powered. And I tried what 3 words first, but it didn't quite work without a paid API key. Then I thought, you know what? Let's create this ourselves. Something is wrong right now. Let's see. Cannot access field before it's initialized or fetch coordinates. Where is it failing? Oh, yeah. We're not trying to access that. We're trying to use that.
Are you gonna sleep?
Are you okay?
Yeah, and are you gonna sleep?
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep in a moment. I'm finishing up and then
You're having a flight.
I know, airport 9 a.m. leaving 7:30, getting up 6:30 maybe.
Yeah.
Sleeping less than 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds brutal. Hey, I have a sleeping mask. No, yeah, I should catch up on sleep. I'm just trying to crunch and get this out. I'm going to show you in a moment what I built. Okay. Let's rerun.
I'm gonna call my boyfriend.
What is it?
I'm gonna call my boyfriend.
I can pick up anytime. And let's rerun van life app as well. Hey.
I told you.
I know. What'd you do?
I already told you. Alright.
Okay, Eamon, I hope you don't mind. So here's what I did. I took out the what 3-word approach in favor of hitting up that German town in Washington because I tried it and it didn't work without a paid API key. So now we have actual lookup using Apple Maps. It's powered and it's storing the storing the coordinates. So when you create the event, location is set, you go here, it is the coordinates, it shows the map, and coordinates are here. I mean, I guess, not sure we need to show it, but it's working. Okay, so we got that one for him. Let me review it. Apple Maps. Alrighty, yeah, that sounds good. I can send it to him like that. Here you go. Did first tried what 3 words integration. Got it to work to the point of adding on API key. Then when trying to show the location, it said it can't do it on the free plan. So I yeeted it out of the project and replaced it with the free Apple Maps integration, including location lookup. We're now storing coordinates also in backend. Let me now go to Heroku, delete the database. Okay, let's do this. Resources, Heroku Postgres, database settings, destroy, no, reset. Van life compass, backend, reset database. Bye-bye, goodbye, and that's it. That's all I needed. And then for here, we're going to say, let's just check really quick if it looks good. All these updates were not really needed. I think we discussed that as initial idea, so works just fine. Great. Okay, awesome. Create request coordinates. Yeah, we replaced the what 3 words for coordinates actually. Nice, cool. Good add, good commit. Storing event location as coordinates. Release. Do you need more fields to store them? We adapt the model, or it's just is a string. Yeah, string based. It's just whatever 23 comma wait and then minus 170 point so this is now deploying, and then we want to do this. We're now able to look up location and store coordinates alongside events. Oh, and you can now open detail view of an event. Yeah, database doesn't care. Well, actually, you know, if we go production, it would probably be better to think about how we should store it in DB, because some databases support distance-based calculation during querying, so we can do things like fetch users that are in a radius of 10 kilometers from your location. But for initial Prezi, this should suffice. Comma string value. Okay, I'm not sure if PostgreSQL supports that. I know MySQL does. Cool. So this is now that. If we move and go back, okay, recentered. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, we're done. We're done for today. I'm gonna go to bed. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. If you are still lurking around, don't forget to follow so we can catch up and lurk around again next time. Until then, good night. I'll see who I can rate really quick. I think Ivars was streaming. Yeah, awesome. Ivars. Let's do him. Also an iOS developer. Really cool dude. Back to Twitch. Channel. Over here. Where's the channel? Where's the chat? Here. No. There. Hidden. Raid. Oh, follower or subscriber only chat. Oh, that's too bad. Okay. Then let me see really quick Who else? Who else does cool development right now? Who's this guy? Rust dev and provider of generic ratings. I wonder if there's another English 8 week of the 1 week. What do you need? My phone? Okay, thank you. Twitch tides. If there's a game developer or so. Ask you game dev questions here. iOS. Nah, that doesn't work. Language, videos. Is there any small guys? What is he working on? Now that we have our BV project set up, we're ready to start making our first BV app. Game dev with Rust. Oh, okay, game development is cool. Toggle bit. Great, toggle bit. Let's check him out. Catch you next time.